Hello everybody, and welcome back. I am Waylon, the indoor farmer, and this is episode 7. As you can see on the screen, we talk about my small little home setup, home system that I started with, and I'm going to give you a little tour of a friend of mine, the usage of the space that he has, and maybe I should get a video next time, but right now I just have some pictures. I'll show you guys. Let's see here. First up, I am going to talk a little bit about my home little setup here. A couple things. So you'll see on the side here, I do have my little plant that's from my neighbor. She found it in this little pot, and we don't even know what it is. I'm sure I could figure it out. I've shown this on the show a couple times, but it really does like this light. It likes the fish water, and I just kind of keep it going for her. And anytime she has issues with it, she'll bring it back to me, and I'll put it back in there. And I kind of keep curling it around this stick. I don't know. It's kind of a viney plant. Could be a bad plant. I don't know, but I keep it separate. So, but with the lettuce though, let me show you. So you guys see the sort of dead, wilted, soggy lettuce at the bottom there. For a long time I was trimming that out as much as I could, and then I kept finding that the lettuce right above that would then lay on the pebbles and then get soggy and wilt, and so I started to leave it, and that actually seems to help. It keeps all the lettuce above that sort of safe. It kind of keeps it a barrier and protects it, and so far that's actually helped because it's less work, and maybe that does take up a little more nutrients, and it's probably absorbing some that's unnecessary, but hey, right now in this little system, this actually helps out. It keeps me from having to do that as often. I'm going to show you some other things here. So yeah, the lettuce is still going strong. It's still the same lettuce I've had for at least a month, and it just keeps growing every time you chop it off. And I don't trim it down too much. I just kind of let each leaf go. I cut off pieces and throw it on sandwiches or whatever I want to do, and it's nice to have that fresh lettuce on hand. I'm not used to having that. I'm used to it going bad, so you have to eat it quickly. And so you'll notice a little new addition here. My neighbor's son had these two ceramic flower pots. One of them is a sloth, and the other one is a triceratops. Sorry, you're my dinosaurs. So he put some wildflowers in both of them, and it looks like just the sloth wildflower seeds started to sprout. They didn't sprout on the other side for some reason. You'll see here. Yeah, the sprouts are coming up on the sloth side. Nothing going on the triceratops side. I don't know what's going on there. It's a beautiful thing. The seedlings sprouting, some wildflowers. I don't know if it's going to look like a chia pet. That'd be kind of cool. We'll see. I'm just going to get them going pretty well, and then they can take them and water them and keep them good on their side. Okay, so yeah, that'll be fun. I'm sure he'll like those. But this is my son here. We are at a friend of mine's house, a good friend of mine. He helped me a lot with this home setup here with materials and with using power tools and helping me with some of the construction. And he actually gave me the 55-gallon aquarium that I'm using in the new setup. So he actually has been a big help in this whole journey so far. So we're in his backyard here, and my son is watering the plants. And this is actually not just a hose. This hose actually goes to a pump that pulls water out of a turtle pond, which I thought was really cool because, you know, I'll show you here. But you see how Eddie's got the whole yard just full. I mean, he's got it. Everything is packed in on both sides, and he's got edible, non-edible, pretty flowers. I did try to mess around a little bit more with the editing on this episode, so I'm trying to mess with that a little bit. But here's the turtle pond. I really like this turtle pond. He's kind of changed a little bit here and there of how he wants to use it, and I mean, that's kind of the beauty of it. You can mess around with it and change it later on. But he's got an electric pump in here, as you can see, and then also this little round thing here is a solar pump. It works on solar power, and you have to, you know, sometimes it's kind of too close to the wall, so it may not work all the time. But it's so you couldn't just use that, but it is pretty cool. It just kind of floats on the water there. I like that. But yeah, you can see that, you know, he's got a lot of ornate rocks, and we were talking about at some point trying to fill this whole green area in with some kind of a path material, and that would reduce his mowing space back here to nothing, which would be really nice, I'm sure. But what he does is he lets this water fill up. He either puts fresh water in it, or, you know, when it rains, it gets full. And the turtles make it nice and yucky, and you want to change it out anyway, so he puts that pump in there, and he just sprays away to everywhere in the yard, and all those plants are going to love that water. I mean, I'm sure they do. And then he, you know, drains it down to a certain point, and then you have to put fresh, clean water in there. So yeah, he's got, you know, tomato cages and vining tomatoes up on the walls, and you have sunflowers and you know, lots of pretty plants as well. I'm gonna probably get, like I said in the beginning, I wanna probably get a video of this video walkthrough at some point when things are blooming, and that'll be pretty cool, instead of just the still pictures. Yeah, he's got a lot of stuff going on in this smaller space here, and you know, just the amount of thought that goes through. And he just set up this little space on the back side of the garage for his daughter, because she wants to put certain plants back here that are sort of light deprived, or plants that use less light, and it's kind of a lower lighted area, and it's also got a little overhang so that to keep things from getting too damaged from the rain. So very pretty, very pretty. Look at all these flowers. It's gorgeous. And really helps to fill in the yard. So this is actually his driveway, and you see the usage of vining tomatoes everywhere, and these nice barrels. These barrels are like a soft barrel that you can just pick up the handles and move anywhere in the yard, and continue to keep things going, or movement to the sunlight, or, you know, move them inside if it's a all year long plant, you know, perennial. Looks like he's got a few things in these, but he showed me one that has jalapenos in it. We will see it. Yeah, those are jalapenos, and I do know with peppers, they do get hotter the more times that you regrow them in the same dirt. So that's interesting. You can keep doing that and move them around really easily. And my son getting a little sniff of these hummingbird flowers. Forget what they're called, but I don't think they smell very much. Full of hummingbird juice, I guess. Nectar, they say. There's old Uncle Eddie helping him out, giving him the bugle flowers. And here's his front yard. He's got a lot of stuff going on up there too. I mean, just you know, doing something with every little square inch, really. Almost harder to mow around that. I think I would just fill the whole yard in with more plants. And now here's really what I think is awesome. The space that they used going just up the stairs. I think that's awesome, and then the porch is really awesome. Look at this. I mean, it's like you sit in here and you're on like an oasis, home away from home, little vacation spot. It's amazing. They got plants hanging up and down both sides of the above the porch there, and on top of other just little decorations, and I think it looks really nice. Very, and I mean, they take very good care to all these plants. I mean, they give them little turtle water. And there's some vining plants. Okay, So yeah, this is the end of my video, guys, and this is just to show you I use the lettuce and I eat it on random sandwiches and BLTs and anything I need it for, you know. And I want to actually I'm gonna restart this and show you guys something. Yeah, okay. On this 10-gallon. So now I'm getting, you can see behind me, I'm getting this the regular full spectrum light, and it's actually so bright that it's coming over and hitting my 10-gallon tank. And so what I did to stop that, and you might start seeing that, you might have seen that in my other videos, but I'm just putting a piece of cardboard around this 10-gallon fish tank towards the bottom there, and just to kind of give the fish some more, you know, shade or so, like a dark space they can hide in still, because that is important. And right now they're sort of spot lit from the other side, so I think it's kind of funny. But I don't want to just have a gaudy piece of cardboard there for the show either. So anyway, I do appreciate watching my video, guys. Make sure to hit likes, share, subscribe. You know, I want you to follow me. I want you to rumble me. I want you to everything. You know, I'm on Rumble. I'm on Locals.com. I'm on YouTube. I'm getting bigger and bigger, and we'll see where it goes. But I tell you what, I mean, I do want to start interviewing people, and I have a couple interviews lined up, and I think that'll make things a little bit more interesting. And I want to learn from other people and kind of have a back and forth and talk to not only full-fledged farmers, but people like my friend who do a ton of stuff with just their smaller spaces in their backyard or whatnot, because it's not only efficient, but it's somebody who works full-time or has a normal career, but then also does this on the side. I mean, that's a different feeling or a different energy, a different drive than, say, someone who does that for a living all the time. I would venture to say that there's probably a lot of farmers that are farmer by trade, but probably don't do a whole lot of landscaping or, you know, beautification. But I'm sure there are a lot that do as well, of course. But I did want to talk about one other thing. I have one of my viewers was asking me about bumblebees that go into the ground. And she says they have an issue at her home with the bumblebees in the ground. And I tell you what, I looked it up and I did some research on it. And I found several remedies. And she said they've tried several. They've tried all of these things. And I believe it, because a lot of times these home remedies don't seem to work, or maybe the mixture is wrong, or something happens. Maybe there's an extra hole that you couldn't find, and there's multiple exits. And I have read up about how it's not just bumblebees, but there are hornets, and there are other different kinds of bees and insects like that can burrow into the ground. And so I'm still looking into it. Maybe I'll update you guys as the situation unfolds, because I found a couple places where it says to go equal parts water and equal parts vinegar, and make a solution and pour that down into the hole. And I've also seen another one that said soapy water. When I was a kid, my dad would just pour, you know, kerosene down the hole, but we don't do that anymore. That's not good for the environment or good for your yard, or it's also very dangerous. So do not do that. So I don't know any other remedies other than calling an expert. And I did look, and I saw there are people that they don't just advertise as pest control, but they actually advertise as, you know, experts in order to get rid of ground hornets and wasps and all of that. So there's interesting there too. I mean, I'm sure it's not cheap, so that's going to be a tough sell there. But you know, I thought, you know, just pour, you know, the garden hose, or if you could find a way to get smoke down there through a tube or something. But that's what I think the experts are good for. So you know, check it out, and maybe I'm going to look into it some more, and I will update you guys as we maybe figure out a solution. Appreciate the watching, and we will talk to you guys next time. Thank you.